We went through motherfucking the unbelievable.
This beat is so
Hey, hit the block and sell drugs. That's exactly how it was. Take the Sprite and take the codeine and I pull me up a cup. Get a mile and drink on mud and smoke some bud is how it was. Last night we made a movie, I'ma tell you how it was. How it was, nigga, how it was. How it was, bitch, how it was. How it was, nigga, how it was. How it was, I'ma tell you how it was.
Hello guys, today I'm going to share with you the top 5 worst rail fanning moments I've had. Now this doesn't really include my entire life, I'm meaning in the span of like 3 years, because I wasn't really all that one for rail fanning for like before 2022. But technically I've done it for a decade, but I really started getting pro equipment and learning about the stuff in 2022. Anyways, let's start. This goes all the way from missing a slightly longer intermodal train to missing 2 heritage units on one train by 2 minutes. Yeah, that is pain because we saw the last car going away. But we'll get to that later. Let's start with number 5. Number 5, the I-178 incident. It was 8 p.m. on a Saturday night, and I was doing good in school, so my parents wanted to reward me. We went to go see I-178 at night at Lakeland. He had some extra juice cars in front of him, which is not normal for I-178. He kind of had juice cars in the front of the intermodal, kind of like I-144 or I-145, kind of like those. Except I-178 is 2 times longer or 3 times longer, depending on what day it is. Today, he was 5 times longer than I-144, and he had juice cars in the front. So I was really excited to see this guy. Except there was one problem. I forgot the timeline for this guy. So the timeline for this guy is 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock. I thought I was told 9:30 to 11. I have no idea where I got those numbers, but when I looked back on the text messages, I realized it was 8:30, and we were still driving there, and I was like, whew, we better get there. And I get a text from my old buddy Zachary saying, where are you? I-178 just passed. Just the dread. I mean, seriously. I first off, I worked all week just to get that one train. And it was a pretty uncommon one, too. And it was going to be my first ever night train. Failed. And there was no other trains coming since it was a Saturday. Me and my dad were distraught. And realizing that I-145 had a green signal, so we raced there. Zach told us that I-145 had a green signal, and then as soon as we are 5 minutes away from People's Lane, he said, we hear a horn. We were just like, no, not again. Like, this is, I'm not the one behind the wheel, so I'm literally just the one just sitting here listening to all this. Like, I'm listening to my dad, like, trying to get me there and, like, worrying. I'm like, no, don't stress. Just take your time. Just focus on getting me there. I was just listening to Zachary the whole time. Oh, my God. It sucks because I-145 passed, and we could see his cars going by once we make it to People's Lane. We were distraught. And after that one, there was no other trains coming. Definitely makes top 5. Number 4, Dash 8s or bust. So this dates back before I even knew there was an M457 that came through Auburndale. I knew there was L772 and some coal trains every once in a while and a mixed train that came through at night, not at morning. So I was completely unaware of 457 at the time, but now I am. I learned the hard way. So I knew 772's schedule like the back of my hand even back then. I knew that he comes in the morning, then comes back from Davenport in the afternoon. Zach told me that my buddy Zach, like he rail fans with me at Auburndale almost all the time. He told me the CSX that comes in the morning has a Dash 8 leading. I was like, holy, I'm going to go see that. I was supposed to come anyway because it's a Sunday morning, so why not? Why not come just a bit earlier just to see him? He was talking about L772, by the way. I had a green signal when I arrived. They were all the way in Lakeland. And we see this train coming, and it's very long. And I thought this was 772. And I was like, wait, those lights display look normal. But I just let it come. It looked like a long train, and I was like, what? I was confused, but I just let him come through, and there was no Dash 8 leader. But I just saw the mixed train come through. I thought it was a very long L772, and I was like, okay, like, I guess they're talking about a different train that's not eligible for me. So we just head home, and we're like, okay, 772 should be coming at you. And I was like, what do you mean? He already passed. And they said, that's not possible. We just saw him all the way in Lakeland. He's coming at you now. He hasn't even visited Auburndale yet. So I said, then who was that I just saw? And we're already halfway home. And he said, that might have been M457. I was like, oh my God. We spin back around. We book towards Auburndale. We get a red as soon as we get by, and I was like, oh, guess we're early. And he said, oh, he's already in Davenport. And I was like, you're kidding me. And I was like, oh, he comes back. And he was like, yeah, that's the thing. He's not going to come back till later tonight. I was like, you fucking kidding me. And I was like, all right, we're just going to have to make do. I'm just going to have to ask my dad if we can go at night just this one time. And I asked, can we go see 772 just one time at night? And he said, What do you mean? Like, what night? And I was like, Dad, tonight. 772 has a Dash 8 leading. That almost never happens. And my dad just went, did you guys forget about the party tonight? I was like, fuck. Number 3. Does that thing have 3 heads? It's gone now. Okay, so today we're doing things a bit different. This is a Sunday, and we are spending the day in Laufman, seeing what we can catch. We're doing a full day, just seeing what goes through. That's an investigation. As soon as we see the crossing, there's already a big queue of traffic we have to go through every single time we have to go there. So we're just like, okay, let's just get through this queue of traffic. Amtrak shouldn't be here for a little bit. We're waiting on 91 and 92. They were 91 and 92 back then. So apparently 91 was very late. And I'm talking like 5 hours late. So he was going to be at like 92 time. But as soon as we get to the last queue of cars and the final light turns green, we have the crossings going down. We're like, for who? And we think, oh, is it a mysterious CSX that's going to go by? I need to jump out. And they're like, we're in the middle of traffic. Are you stupid? And so I just had to film in the car. And I have the footage of what went by. Let me just show you.
Made it. 3!
Don't know if you saw that. I don't really give a fuck if you did or didn't. Just rewind. But if you saw that first time, you would know that's a 3-header. And damn it, did I just wish I could get a better view on him. And it's not like I can just see him on 98 tomorrow. I mean, I have school the next day. Remember, this is a Sunday. And that triple header is not the only thing I missed before I got here. 98 went through there. He had a Dash 8 in the second engine. When I realized this, I was so pissed. I just want to stop talking about it. I don't want to bring it up. Number 2. It passed with flying colors. It's a Saturday, and I've earned my weekend trains, and I went Saturday because there was a special unit that was on L772. And I'm talking number 1776, the Military Heritage Unit. I wanted to see this guy so bad. 1, because of his magnificent horn. 2, because of his just awesome camo. 3, he's a very rare heritage unit that even barely comes to Florida in general. He happened to be on 772, a very iconic and close train route that comes around. Zach told me that he already came in the morning, and I was like, okay, well, he comes back in the afternoon. I think he's actually leading. He won't be trailing. He'll be leading that time. So it's about 12:23, and we come up on the hill, and we see local train cars going by. I was just thinking, if this is what it looks like, I'm going to literally throw a rock out the window. And I know what this guy's horns sound like, and I stick my head out the window, and he blows the horn. I was like, that's his horn, motherfucker. We literally turned the car around because there's literally no reason in staying there. Oh, and don't even bring up Amtrak because I don't give one flying rat shit that has wings and a sword in its hand about Amtrak. You should never compare Amtrak with a heritage unit that goes by the name of 1776, the military heritage unit. If you compare them, it's like comparing Tupac with the Island Boys. So we just turned around. We thought there was no reason to stay there. I got a text message from Zachary. He's stopping to do work, and he's like coupling different cars and getting hopper cars. I was like, oh we turn around and we're like, wait, he stops? Why did we turn around? And we see his car is still sitting there, and we're like, yes, oh my god, we made it. Like, we can at least see him. And I forgot, he leaves some behind. He was gone. He left while I was away. He stopped and left all when I was away. I knew that was never going to happen again, so I was so pissed. You have no idea. Number 1, the Big Mac Duo. And if you think I'm talking about the food, get the off this video right now. I mean, click off this video right now. You don't deserve to see number 1. I mean, you are slower than Rebecca Black on helium. Like, get out. Now, if you're long and dedicated fans of my channel, you would know that the SD70 MAC is the top favorite locomotive of mine ever. Like, if you told me what's your favorite locomotive ever, I would say the SD70 MAC. In this video I put for you guys while I'm narrating, the SD70 MAC is trailing on this guy. This was on Plant City Railfest on January of 2025. The video is in the link in the description. But here's the story. I was told M441 in Plant City had a SD70 Mac Duo leading. If you guys don't know what that means, Duo means 2 SD70 Macs in the front. I was like, oh my god, 2 of my favorite locomotives in the front. I need to go see this thing. I head to Plant City. He's already gone by. I was like, okay, alright, maybe I can go tomorrow. I did happen to go tomorrow. I was so thrilled, thank the Lord. I can go tomorrow. My parents gave me one more pass to go tomorrow to see M442. Because whatever goes on M441 the next day goes to M442 the next day. The problem was, it was a Sunday, and he doesn't come till midnight. Fuck.
Ice water turn Atlantic, night calling in a phantom. Told them, hold it, don't you panic. Took an island, felt the mansion. Drop the roof, more expansion. Drive a coupe, you can stand it.